So here it is, talking out loud about the utility player that I am in every aspect of my life. I'm using the talk therapy aspect to just talk it out, talk every single second and not be limited on my thoughts, my words, whatever it is going to be what it is. I'm just going to keep talking about utility player and what that means. So ever since, it's just a huge revelation to me today of what I have been all of my life, in every aspect of my life, really. I think that sometimes I don't even realize what I'm doing until it happens, and it's like, man, okay, there's just another thing that I am able to do for people, for myself, for, whatever it is that I'm doing in life. And I don't expect this to make sense to anybody, but this is just what I do, is I talk it out. This is just a really good tool for the toolbox, is to just talk this stuff out and really feel out what it means for me and for other people around me who are actually listening to this and who are learning from me and my methods and my, ways of living. So this is talk therapy about the utility player. So here it is. The best analogy I can come up with, or that comes to mind right away, is when I was wrestling in high school. I wrestled at the weight of 152 pounds, all the way up to 189 pounds, and I fluctuated, to go 152, 160, 171, and 189. That's in South Dakota. Look it up, right? There's a few, just Google Jed Coburnus, and it just comes up, and it's like, I've always been a utility player. No matter what, I've always done that. I've been able to do that. So I was wrestling at 152, then I would have to wrestle at 160 because somebody got hurt, then I'd be back down to 152, and then I'd be back up to 171. That's a lot of weight to fluctuate in high school, at a high school age, between the age of 14 and 18. That is a lot of damage you do to your body. And that's a utility player as far as on a team sport. In college, I was a scheduling manager, or just kind of a manager for the Health and Wellness Center, and I did front desk duties, I did managing duties, I did personal training, I did group exercise classes, and then recreation desk. I did all of it all at once, wore many hats, and I was a utility player, right? Move into, I worked at a place called Orange Theory Fitness. I did front desk duties, I did cleaning duties, I worked at Vinland National Center before, and that was an inpatient rehabilitation center. I specialized in traumatic brain injuries. But from that, I was a health and wellness, or fitness and wellness assistant, or health and wellness assistant, and an exercise physiologist, and I did the activities coordinating. I did the activities. I went, with the clients to do the activities. I did a personal health class. I did a computer class. It has been my MO since day one that I can remember in the work field. Jack's Campers was my first job ever, right? And my actual job, where I lost a lot of weight, learned what the difference between a screwdriver and a freaking plier was, and it's just crazy to me that I've always been that way, and I haven't realized it until now. I'm 31, and I've been doing this since the age of 14, and I'm a utility player. Even now, in my own, if you want to call it business, of every aspect I'm doing, you have to be a utility player, right? You have to be everything. And learning from past experiences is about the only thing you have to go off of if you're hanging out alone, right? If you're feeling like you're alone in the world and trying to make any kind of headway. But I think what we forget most of is God's always there to help us, right? God is always there to help us. We just forget. And a lot of times we just got to lean on God and lean on ourselves. And if you're leaning only on yourselves and looking within for your answer, to me, that's leaning on God, and God is there, and He is good, and He is great, and He'll give you everything that you would ever want. You just have to ask the right questions. So I think being a utility player has its advantages and disadvantages. The disadvantages, I would say, is you don't ever really get to be good at one thing. Like, I would say exercise is my one thing. Like, exercise science is my one best thing that I'm really good at. But there isn't, like, that's my specialty. But being a utility player means you can answer a phone, you can coach people, you can give away and receive at the same time. But I think a lot of times we don't even think about being the utility player as a benefit, because if you can fit into every single hat every single time, no matter what your end game is, whatever you're doing in life, that is a huge advantage. Being a utility player for anything, like your utility. Think of the word utility. It means you have use, right? You always have use. You always are useful somewhere. No matter what the genre, right? If you're talking music, if you're talking art, if you're talking building, it is literally everywhere. Utilities are everywhere. And being a utility player has massive amount of benefit. And I think I've always looked at it as like, man, like, people just keep giving me stuff to do. They keep thinking that I know what the hell I'm doing. And why do they think I know what I'm doing? Well, it's because I do. Like, I really do, because I've had some experience in it before, somehow, some way. And just being the utility itself, like, that is so far more irreplaceable than being a specialist in one thing. Because I think that if you're a specialist, you only can work that one thing. Like, you need to have special qualities, I get that. But I think for myself, it's just a lot of everything. Like, if you had some qualities that, or if you had some responsibilities that you absolutely had to answer the phone, or you had to, work on billing, or, being a utility player does that. And I don't think a lot of people are willing to be that utility player nowadays. And that is alarming to me, because if you're in the workforce, which, man, I won't be forever, my own workforce, working within somebody's, job or whatever it is, having a job, you have to be a utility player even within your own business, like network marketing, right? Like, I love network marketing because you get to leverage, right? You get to leverage your strengths and be that utility player for people that don't have the strengths that you have, and you are going to go be the strengths for them, and you're going to ask of them the strengths that you have or that they have. And I think that is where my best asset is I'm not afraid to ask. I'll be like, I do not know how to do this, and I need somebody who does. And then if you surround yourself with the right kind of people, you're going to have it figured out. Like, you just are. You're going to have the best family, the best experience you can with business, with life, with all of that. I just think utility itself, utility players, are far and few between, because they're not, because everybody that not I, but everything that you do has to be specialized, right? You have to be a specialist in this, or a guru in that, or perfection has to come out of what you're doing. I'm not a perfectionist. Like, somebody hires me to do a job, I will get it done. But if they don't listen to what my expertise are, like, I have specific expertise. Like, I am damn good at coaching, and I'm damn good at motivating people and getting people to understand their why, and then understanding my own why, and then bridging that gap, right? And I use exercise to do that. So I connect. This is the part right here. I connect exercise with utility, right? I connect coaching with utility. I connect, and that's really what it is transformation with utility. Like, why do you need to do it? Utility player. That's what I am. I connect those things because I have done many, many things in life, and I only know what I have tried so far. Like, I only know what I've experienced in my life so far. And I can suggest you try other things, but why would I do that? I don't even feel good about doing that. Like, if I haven't been through it and tried it myself, how can I give you an honest answer? How can I give myself an honest answer if I haven't been through it or tried it myself? I have no idea. There is no answer to that, I don't think. Like, I can guess for you to say, hey, that might be what it is, but if I haven't tried it, more times than not, I'm not going to even begin to suggest you do it. But I can point you to somebody who has tried it, and you can talk with them, right? And I think that is the utility player in me talking. Like, it's like, okay, so if I don't know that answer, I want to start answering that answer. Like, how do I get that answer for you? And then really what it comes to is, why do I really want to give you that answer? Because it is the utility player in me helping you become your own utility player, like, so that you can do everything you want at the lowest cost, at the lowest painful experience possible. Because with every with every growth and learning opportunity, there's pain, right? They're called growing pains. So that is a huge, huge, huge revelation for me today, that I am a utility player. I go, I hang around, I blend in, I'm a chameleon, right? And then I figure out and ask the right questions of myself and other people to say, what do we need? What needs to get done? And then I do it. Like, obviously I'm not going to go and perform open heart surgery, but if somebody needed it done, I would at least attempt it. And if there was no other resources around, you gotta try it, right? I mean, if you're on a desert island and somebody needed open heart surgery, would you not try to save them? You would, because there's no other way to do it. There's no one else around. It's up to you to figure it out. So today's thought, today's whatever you want to call these things, utility player. Learn how to be a utility player, and you can definitely go further, and you will definitely go further in life, because you will be able to adapt to any kind of changes. And I really think that that's what God intended us to be. We're just adapters, right? Like, evolution happens. We evolve as human beings, and that's what God wants us to do, is to grow. So there it is. Yeah, that is my stuff. So anything that you can do, or you want to know more about what the heck I am or who I am, check out jedcovernance.com. I have a mentorship newsletter. Hop on that at jedcovernance.com/mentorship. Put your name and email in, and I'll see you on the other side about how to become a utility player and more. Thanks for listening. Have a great day. God bless. Bye for now.